Hello and welcome back to another video. I hope you guys had a great holiday. Today we are doing a game review over this game called Medieval Dynasty. I'm just going to go over the gameplay, what that game is actually about, and all that. So, to start with, this game is a single-player RPG, open worlds, kind of city builder style. You get dropped in an area, you know, you have a little backstory. Someone here died, someone there. You go searching for family, so then you can start a new life somewhere, and yada yada. So something happens, and it's like, oh, well, I'm gonna build my own territory, and you start doing that. You kind of just go around, get your reputation up, get people into your little village, and then start, expanding. That's pretty much the whole this game. The gameplay in this game, it is pretty slow at first, and it's probably gonna stay slow for pretty much the whole game to some people, because this requires a lot of effort. Building in this, a lot of effort. To build a simple house, that's going to take you at least 10 to 20 minutes worth of effort in order to obtain the materials, depending on if your tools break or not, and all that. Once you get all the materials, you have building plans, build up what you want, bam, it's done. You can't build anything you want because you don't have the skill for it, so you have to build up your skill by building other things, and you build up the other things by getting all those materials. And I think some of the skills go up to like level 2500 or something like that, level 1000 or something, and that's when you start getting the really cool buildings and all that, and where you can actually make it look like a big city rather than just a bunch of shacks gathered together. Now, once you start getting your city together, you are going to be able to see like your people, like adding people to it and assigning them certain jobs. This is where this game, I believe, shines. The job system in this is pretty different. It's different and nice. You see your people in your village, you tell them what job, you assign them to a place, and then you tell them like how much effort to put into the production and everything like that. Like, oh, you're gonna be a hunter, and I want you to focus on getting meat at 30% effort. So then that generates like, let's say 2 meat every 10 minutes or something like that. Or you could say, hey, I want you to be a hunter, but I want you 50%. So then that generates 4 meat per effort, depending on what the effort. You gotta be careful though, because if you assign your people and you don't make them happy at first, they just won't talk to you and they'll leave your settlement.
Hello,
so,
friend.
How do you keep people happy? How do you get more people? You have to go back to the already established villages and look for travelers. Travelers, they're all around every village, by a campfire. They'll have little markers above their heads on your little compass right there that you can just talk to and say, hey, I'm starting a village. Would you like to? Sometimes you might have to get your dynasty up in order to recruit some people. What I mean by dynasty, that's just your reputation around town. You do that by going into villages and getting quests done for other people. The better for reputation you have, the more likely people are going to want to join you. They'll be like, oh, okay, yes, you seem like a good person. I will follow to your village, even though it might be certain death for me. Anyways, that's pretty much the whole game. There's not really a certain objective. There are quests you can do in the game, little side objectives that vary season by season, day by day. It's all kind of nice, lots of different skills you can learn, you can focus on. One of the things I recommend doing is just not starting off a village right away, just getting sure that you get the basics of the game down, be able to sustain yourself first before you're going like, hey, I have 2 houses now, I want 4 people. No, I do not recommend that. That is going to hurt you so much. There's a nice little tutorial in the menu if you do get lost. I wouldn't say tutorial, but they do explain everything pretty well. So if you ever get lost or anything, you can always just look like, oh, people management. Why can't I assign 3 people to one house? It's like, oh, well, you can only assign 1 man, 1 woman to a house. And then eventually, if they spend enough time together in that same house, they might end up in a relationship and then have a baby. And then the mother's going to be out of work for months or a season or something like that, 2 seasons. And then, you would have to find someone else to cover for her work or something like that. Anyways, that is pretty much the game. It's really just what you make of it, if you like long city builders, kind of RPG styles, this definitely could be the game for you. But if you'd rather have something that's more actiony and, you know, you'd rather, you know, get things done like, oh, I want to do this, that, the other really quickly, I don't think this might be the game for you. But, you know, you never know. Maybe try something different. This game is definitely fun. It's nice to pass the time with. You know, nice to feel like, you know, the leader of your own village and stuff like that. That's always cool. So for me, that's going to be all today. Like I said, hope you guys had a good holiday. Or if you didn't celebrate the holiday, then, you know, hope you had a good day. And have a good day.